If you want to check out different content from myself, I've just set up a second channel where I'm going to post fitness and things. The link for that will be in the description. And of course, if you want to avoid the random lottery of FIFA points, you want to go straight to the source, buy the players directly, use u7buy.com and use the code TVM at checkout. What is going on, guys? TVM here. Welcome back to another episode of the Norwich City Career Mode. And what you're watching right now is all but irrelevant, because this is what happened last night when I recorded. I simmed this game and we drew 0-0 with Sheffield United. And the reason why all this is pointless is because for some reason it didn't save any of what you're watching right now. So the game against Everton, I decided to sim it because, again, they're above us. We're not going to catch them. We're far too far away from them. And we ended up losing 3-0, which was a little bit irritating. But like I said, it didn't save. I've logged back on now to finish off the video, and obviously I was going to commentate this, and then at the end we were going to go in and have a look at what players to list up, because we were very fast approaching the transfer window. We're only, at this point, we're 8 games away. I play another 2 in this episode, which we're going to watch it, and the reason we're going to watch it is because this game in particular I was actually very proud of, because this is Arsenal. Now, Arsenal are beneath us in the league, would you believe? Their team is not bad. I think their defense is what is definitely letting them down. We have started to build something really nice here. The defenders next season, I think, will be easily sort of, I don't know, 8th, 9th position style defenders. Some of them will be a little bit better. And as we progress forward, our strikers are going to get better as well. Barco's now a 78 rated player. He scored there against Leno, put us 1-0 up. We are away from home as well, so it wasn't exactly a game that I thought we could... Well, it was a game I thought we could win, but I didn't expect to win it. Now, the problem with this is, of course, is the game hasn't saved. We should have scored here as well. Barco in on goal, went across goal with his weak foot, and he's just missed the target. The problem with it now is that it hasn't saved. I have just logged back on to see what players I could list up. We were going to go through it, but what we're going to have to do now, because I haven't really got time right now to go and play Arsenal again, and I end up playing a game after this as well, we're going to roll the dice and we're going to sim every game that we have played in this episode, but again, including the Arsenal game and including the game that we play after this as well. Now, Guendouzi has equalised there, completely against the run of play, by the way, because we were dominant, really. I mean, it was dominant, maybe the wrong word. Greenwood gets in here, takes a shot, really should have scored. The angle was perfect for him and he's missed it. 5-star weak foot, by the way. And then 80 minutes pops up and Barco does a bit of magic. Plays the ball out to Cantwell, gets it back into Barco, looking to play a killer ball. Been a little bit patient with it. Gilmore comes on as a sub, gets very lucky there, gets into the penalty area, drags it back into who? Yep, you've guessed it. It's Barco, the man, the myth, the legend. He makes it 2-1. And that's enough. We win. We've beaten Arsenal, putting essentially a 6-point gap between us now, which is, it's actually a 4-point gap, but you know what I mean. Had we lost that game, they would have been within 1 point. So we've done really well there. And we move into the next game. This isn't the final game that I played, technically, because we played Brighton here, and we don't have a great time against them. But we do end up simming another game against Watford after this as well. So we were quite a few games down, really. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games down in this episode. I know I simmed them, and I wouldn't normally do that. The reason I'm going to do it, of course, is because we're not really playing for anything. So long as we can stay 1 step ahead of the team behind, we're fine, because we can't catch the team in front, really. They're too far ahead. Pascal Gross puts them 1-0 up, unfortunately. And it just goes from bad to worse, really. The pressure was absolutely relentless. Aaron Moy finds himself in space, goes all the way through. Good save from Tim Krul. But like I said, it goes from bad to worse, because just before the break, I think we're 40 minutes or so, we end up conceding another goal. I'm not sure whether it's this one or the next clip. I think it's this one. They just sort of walk through us a bit too easy. Defender lets him go. It's Godfrey, and Maupai just sort of slides it under the keeper. Second half, I turned what I was watching off and I decided to concentrate, and it worked, because straight after the break we burst through with Barco. He's not going to miss from there, especially on his stronger side, and he makes it 2-1. He picks the ball up straight away and we go straight back at it once more, and a lot of patient play on the edge of the area here. Bit of a rotated side as well. Rupp comes in, and then we've got Cantwell bursting forward. He makes it 2-2. So 10 minutes after the break, we've managed to equalise. We were 2-0 down. So we've done really well. But as soon as we scored that second goal, it's basically like online play. The difficulty changed. It all of a sudden, it became a little bit harder for us to break through. Passes weren't quite as quick and as crisp. Balls played back to Rupp here. My finger slipped off the controller there. That's why the shot was so poor. And the reason it slipped is because it was just disgusting in the room last night. It was so hot. So yeah, I was wrestling with puddles all over the place. We do get another opportunity here though with Buendia, who gets into a good position, gives it to Barco. Beautiful turn from him, goes for goal. I thought we'd scored, and he's hit the post, and unfortunately that goes out for a goal kick. The game does indeed finish 2 goals apiece. So we picked a point up, which isn't great because we just beaten Arsenal. Brighton were even further down the league. We should have beaten them. I then simmed a game against Watford, knowing I had that cushion. We lost 3-1 because FIFA, and that is kind of where we where we left it. 33 games played, still 4 points clear of Arsenal with 5 to go, and that's where we left it. But now, unfortunately, we have to go through that again. Now, if we end up simming everything and we end up winning everything, so be it. We've just beaten Sheffield United. Now, this was a game that finished 0-0 when I simmed it first time round. Barrenettea has got himself a goal, as well as Aaron's. And, of course, Egan got a goal for Sheffield United. Now, that is 3 points we didn't have. So we're technically 2 points above where we were. I have a feeling, though, we're not going to beat Arsenal by simming it, and we're probably not going to be able to replicate everything that we've managed while playing. So, swings and roundabouts. If we end up dropping further down the pecking order, then so be it. It's just one of those things that's going to have to happen, unfortunately. Like I said, it's either that or there was no episode today, or I showed you the episode that essentially meant nothing. Like, I showed you what I've done so far because it was easier for me to show you than try and explain it, and you could see what I did, and now you can sort of compare it to what's about to happen. The beautiful thing about FIFA 21 for me is that the beautiful thing about FIFA 21 is that obviously we'll be able to jump in and out of the game. So, for example, now in this situation, simming wouldn't actually be that bad a thing. You know, I could sim the game, we could sit there and watch it, and I think primarily I'm going to do most of that in FIFA 21 in my career mode. I'm going to sim the majority of my games, and I'll jump in and out when needed, because I kind of want to be more of a manager. Like, I want to play FM, but it's not as, accessible for people, but FIFA is, so I think that's going to be the way that I go forward in FIFA 21. There'll still be a lot of gameplay, but I will want to sim it a little bit more. Gomez beats the defence and scores, and unfortunately we lose that game 1-0. That's how it actually went first time round anyway, so I suppose that's a good thing. Got to do some more training. Again, in FIFA 21, I will take the reins here, and I will actually do the training. So players will probably progress a little bit quicker. Simican's nearly an 80 rated centre-back. Very happy with that. Barco is not quite a 78 now. He was originally, because I'd done the training, but he's not now, if that makes sense. We can skip and do some more training again. Arsenal coming up. That'll be interesting. Let's sim that again. Simican is training really well. Barrenettea's done well there with an A. Barco very close to being that 78 rated. Let's go up here and skip to the Arsenal game. Go down. I think I'm going to give Cantwell a bit of a break. I'm going to bring in Duda, who's a 78 rated player. I think this game will basically go off rating. So you would argue maybe put Greenwood up front, but I tried that against Everton, and it wasn't just Greenwood. I maybe made one or two other changes, but I tried to sort of half rest players against Everton, and we lost 3-1. So playing a stronger side theoretically should give us the best chance. I'd like to win this, but at the bare minimum, if we can get a draw, that will put us in exactly the same situation as we were while playing the games, if that makes sense. By the looks of the league table then as well, Newcastle seem to have done a little bit better than what they had done the first time round. Can we get a point here? Simming away from home, never good. We've lost 1-0. That's a shame. That is a shame. Not happy about that. Sangar's picked up an injury as well. We only lost to a penalty, so I suppose you could take something away from that. But unfortunately, that's going to put us behind where we were. And it's just one of those things. I don't know why it didn't save. I've got a save file of the footage, and there's me saving it in the footage. So I don't know why it didn't work. Offer for Aiden Fitzpatrick. Now, yesterday this happened, and I sold him. I don't know whether it's a good idea for me to sell him or not, but to be honest, he's not going to get the game time under me. I'd rather him just go and get game time elsewhere. Players coming to me saying, hey, look, I want to... Who the hell? I didn't even know he was... what? He wants more money? Didn't even know he was part of the team. Have no idea who he was. Rupp said he needed to play more often, and that's incidentally why he was playing against Brighton. This is the left back, I think, isn't it? Yeah, and again, just happy for him to go, despite the fact that I know he's probably a player with high-ish potential. We're not on track. I read this yesterday. Financially, we're not on track. I don't really know why we're not on track, because we have money left in the bank, but they want miracles, apparently. It's really weird. Like, they were happy to get relegated, but they wanted us to have money. Now, if we look at the league table, unfortunately, we're not in a great position here. We're not where we were. I know I should maybe stop at this point and play the rest, and I think I might do, because I kind of want to finish inside the top 10. And by inside, I mean I don't want to finish 10th. I want that 9th place, and I think we're capable of doing it as well. Had we been where we were before, we would currently be 3 points clear of Arsenal. Had we beaten them and they not beaten us, we'd be 3 points clear of Arsenal. So we would have been worse off slightly because they got a better result somewhere else by the looks of things. Newcastle are a little bit closer than I think they were last time. We go into the next game against Brighton, which of course didn't go too well for us last time. I would sim it, but I really want to make sure that we finish 9th, so I will play that game. And I might switch around this a little bit. Cantwell will probably come back in. I might play Greenwood instead. I was going to go through transfers. Simican's now an 80 rated player, by the way. He is just flying up. He's only 19 years of age as well, so he is flying right now. That is really good. Lewis is now 75 as well as Aaron's. They were 74 earlier. Barco's now 78. Buendia's up to a 79. We're looking good. We've got a lot of youth on our side as well. This team could probably, apart from the goalkeeper, this team could probably stay the way it is and progress through and become like a Champions League team without us signing anyone. But I will sell Basogog and a couple of others, pick up the money that they give us going into next season. Hopefully it's decent, and then we can put our money where our mouth is, sign maybe 1 or 2 big names or big-ish names, and yeah, look towards next season. Unfortunately, these things happen, and I can't really do an awful lot about it. I will try my very best to win nearly every single game that we have between now and the end of the season. And then hopefully we can retain the 9th spot. That's the right word I'm looking for. Just need to fend off Arsenal, really. If you have enjoyed this awful episode, do me a favour and hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and until the next time, goodbye.
Football Index, the game changed. Download the app now.